Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to use the how to hook up Ignition using Node-red to a Jetson Nano, the GPIO pins. Now this is since the Nano and the Raspberry Pi kind of have the same GPIO architect, and a lot of the stuff I'm using is for the Raspberry Pi. This will probably work on the Raspberry Pi. So the first thing we do is we need to install some things to get it going. We're going to use this is an example of this is the example we're going to use right here. And the first things we got to do is install the MQTT distributor and the MQTT engine. Get started with that. And then we could find those at in inductive automation. So here we have that. This is where we get them from. We need to make sure we set that to 8 and 0.14 or they won't show. There's the distributor module and the engine module. Now the other ones, I've tried the other ones to play around with. They're kind of neat, but the ones we need for us are the engine and the distributor module. So you can download them here. Okay, once we get them downloaded, we can install them in Ignition. As you can see, first of all, we go to the modules. And as you can see, I've got them already installed. But to install them, you just go down to install or upgrade a module and find the files you downloaded and install them. And once you do that, Ignition will update the designer, and you'll get something like this. You'll get this right here, and it'll tell you that it's updated. So do send project, send to project, and then what happens is you might have to restart your designer. But once you do that, you'll get these. No, that's not it. Once you do that, these will show up in your tag database. MQTT group and the Sparkplug devices. That will show up in there once you install those modules. So once we got that installed, we could probably move on to, oh, there's some other things we need to install also. So we need to download some software that we're going to use. And then we're also going to download or install a Sparkplug to Node-red. So we go back here and we have Node-red. So what we do is this is what we're going to set up on Node-red right here. We need to install the Sparkplug. So we go to the manage the palette, and I've already got it installed. So it says there, if you want to uninstall it, uninstall. But to find it, you just type in Sparkplug, and it'll find it for you. And then just click install. So we'll close that, and so now we got Sparkplug installed, and you can see it's in the list on the left near the bottom. So after that, what else we need to do? Let's go back to, now we need to download this because this is going to contain this is the Sparkplug sample code, and it contains a JSON script that we need to run to make an emulator work on the Node-red that will produce tags in the Ignition database. So we download this. Then as you can see on the upper left, there's my Nano with the pin configuration. That's pin 7. So now that we've come back to here, we've got everything loaded. You know, I have a link to show how to get Node-red loaded. So first of all, we pull out a timestamp, a function, the Sparkplug, the change function and a message payload just for some info, and then the Raspberry Pi GPIO pin thing. As you can see, that's the Raspberry Pi one, but we're using it for the Jetson Nano. I had to modify a little bit of the script, but other than that, it was mainly designed for the Jetson Nano. So we go to the timestamp. That's pretty simple. Timestamp, timestamp. And let's see, we go to the function. And there's a little script in here. What it does is it builds the tags and makes an emulation system. So, we can pass numbers back and forth. There's a lot of information in here. There's a bunch of numbers in there that you could pull out, but we're only going to pull out one. We're going to pull out a toggle. So, and I'll show you where we find that. So to put that in there, you need to go to your towel folder that you downloaded. Towel. Sparkplug. It's not that one. Standalone examples. Not that one. And the Node-red folder. And there'll be an emulation device JS. So when you open that up, just take that, copy all that. And go ahead and copy it into the function. So just paste it in there and you're done. So on the Sparkplug one, we basically, that's just left that to default. Just got to put admin as the username and change me as the password. And then that's all. I left everything default. Done. And then the change one right there, we're going to take the payload. And like you see, what it does is the function, the Sparkplug, kind of move the payload around and change it around. So basically we're going to take the payload and we're going to pull one of the some information out of it. So this one, so we're taking the payload and we're going to pull the payload.metric 0 value out. Now there's a whole bunch of arrays. I'll show you that what it's actually pushing back and forth. But we only want that one, and that's the toggle bit that's in Ignition. So that's all we need for that. Then we go done. Then we put just a message payload in there, a debug one, so we can kind of see what's going on. And then we have our pin control. We put it on pin 7. As you can see, it's attached to the LED. Pin 7, that's about it. We go done. And then once we got that set up, we just start loaded. Once we deploy it, I'll show you what happens. Let's go ahead and deploy it. Now once we deployed it, where is it at? Right here. Once we deploy it and it's running, it's going to produce these tags. It's going to produce this folder, emulated devices, and then it's that script produced all these tags. So the tag we're going to mess around with is this memory one right here. We're going to attach it to a button, and then we're going to attach the output to the LED. So this is what you should get if the Node-red script is started correctly. So once we do that, let's see. Okay, once we do that, we can start on we can go to, hold on. We can go to Ignition. And this is where we're going to build a little application. to run that pin. So first of all, as you can see, we've got our outputs in there. Set our project COM read write, or it won't write. We're going to build a little application and put a switch on there. Let's see. So we need a switch. As you can see though, but this is the one, this is the attached to the Node-red and the pins. So we put the switch in there. We need to attach it to that tag. So we're going to do a tag, an indirect tag. And then we're going to go find outputs, memory 0. And then we need to make it bidirectional because we need to read and write it. Push OK. As you can see, we got the little toggle there, and we're going to update our project. We're going to run it. So, as you can see right here, we're flipping it on and off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to save it and deploy it. And I'll show you later that it's actually running the pin on the Nano. So we're good for there. We deployed it. So now we're back to here. Hold on. Okay, so now that we're here, we're going to deploy the model. We're going to deploy it on the Nano itself, the application. See, we got that. Go to the start page, launch the project, and it brings up the little switch we made. And as you click it on and off, it turns the light on and off. You see it. So we've successfully attached ignition to the pins in the Nano. Like I say, this will probably work with the Raspberry Pi because they had the same architect, and a lot of the stuff I did, it was just modification of Raspberry Pi stuff. Well, all right. Well, thanks again, and good luck with that. And I'll make sure I'll put all the links in there for you guys. Bye.